Coming up on Wsrh Sports, we find out how the varsity girls soccer team kicked off against one of the highest ranked teams in Florida.
Also, we dive into a fierce face-off with the Ridge boys basketball team against Suncoast, a game filled with excitement from both teams.
Plus, a thrilling game from the girls basketball team against the Palm Beach Lakes Rams. Wsrh Sports starts now. Welcome to Wsrh Sports, your leading source of sports coverage here at the Ridge. I'm Savannah Mazzio.
And I'm Kira Taub. Today is January 13th. We've got a lot of sports to catch up on today, but first, today's top story. Wednesday, the Seminole Ridge girls varsity soccer team had an intense showdown against the St. John Paul, which is one of the highest ranked teams in the state of Florida. Wsrh Sports reporter Shayla Stillwagon takes us into the game.
Hello Hawks, I'm Shayla Stillwagon bringing you tonight's game. The Seminole Ridge girls varsity soccer team is taking on St. John Paul. Let's kick off right into the game.
Coming into this game, the Hawks are 9-2-2 and the Eagles are 10-1-1. The Eagles are ranked number 1 in Florida Class 2A in contrast to the Hawks ranked 26 in Class 6A. The Hawks' top scorer is number 17 senior Roxy Brewer with 19 goals coming into this game. For the Eagles, it's number 17 junior Mary Hartefils with 10 goals. St. John Paul started off strong with 2 goals in the first quarter, one by number 17 Hartfelis and the other by her sister, number 10 freshman Caroline Hartfelis. The Hawks picked it up with some great defense stops, but the Eagles ultimately broke through, number 17 Hartfelis scoring another goal. The two sisters absolutely dominated the first half. In the second half, number 16 junior Juliana Ligori scored another goal for St. John Paul. With one last chance to score for Seminole Ridge, Brewer takes the penalty kick, but misses. There were a few more tries from St. John Paul to add to the scoreboard, but they did not score any more in the second half. The game ended Eagles 4, Hawks 0. The Hawks' next game is Monday, January 13th against the Royal Palm Beach Wildcats at home at 7:30. For Wsrh Sports, I'm Shayla Stillwagon reporting.
Wednesday, the Seminole Ridge JV boys basketball team had a home game here at the Nest against Suncoast High School, where the Junior Hawks able to take down the Chargers. Wsrh Sports reporter Matthew Menendez has the play-by-play.
The Hawks are looking to get their 5th win of the season. Let's see how they did. Suncoast was able to start the game with a steal to take it down the court for 2. Number 3 of the Hawks passed it to number 10 for the basket. The Hawks kept fighting with a jump shot by number 15. The Chargers were able to come back with a nice 3 by number 12. The Hawks did not recover as the Chargers dominated for the rest of the night. Unfortunately, our Hawks lost 50-28 with their next game at Forest Hill. For Wsrh Sports, I'm Matthew Menendez.
Following the JV game, the varsity boys basketball team also took on Suncoast. Was the Hawks' defense enough to block the Chargers from taking home a win? Wsrh Sports reporter Alexis Coffey shoots right into the highlights.
Today, the boys varsity basketball team has a game against Suncoast. Let's dribble into the game.
Matthew Schroeder starts the play with the ball. Player Schneider Jerome knocks it off the court. Suncoast player Jamari Harris starting strong, attempting the shot. Suncoast player Fritz Nesbitt receives the ball, passing it to Quinton Nesbitt, passing it to Walter Brinkley, who secures the 3 points towards Suncoast. Starting the play, Garrett Rhymes moves down the court, passing to Harper Culp, when Suncoast player Fritz Nesbitt steals the ball, bouncing it off the basket, where Garrett Rhymes takes the ball back for the Hawks. Harper Culp, who passed to Jonah Pio, securing 3 points for the Hawks. Concluding the game, Hawks 15, Chargers 73. For Wsrh Sports, I'm Alexis Coffey.
Thursday, the Seminole Ridge girls varsity basketball team had a crazy matchup against the Palm Beach Lakes here at the Ridge, where the Lady Hawks able to soar and score above the Rams. Wsrh Sports reporter Haley Allen has more on the game.
Last Friday, our varsity girls basketball battled up against Palm Beach Lakes. Jayla Midget starts with the ball at the top of the key. She passes to Janiyah Saprias, who lines up for a 3-pointer from the left wing. Later in the game, Brianna Custodio quickly dishes the ball to Kalia Lebrec, who swings it out wide to Jayla Midget. She lets it fly to score another 3-pointer. Jayla has the ball at the top of the arc, who hesitates before passing to Lebrec at the left wing, but manages to make the shot for 3 points for the Hawks. Janiyah pushes the ball down the court, passing it back to Jayla at the top of the key for a clean look at a 3-pointer. Seminole Ridge had a close game but came out on top overall with a score of 43-40. With the win, the Hawks are now 11-1 this season. For WSH Sports, I'm Haley Allen.
The Seminole Ridge track and field team have begun conditioning for their upcoming season, but this time of year can be emotional for some of our track athletes after the loss of a beloved coach. Wsrh Sports reporter Shayla Stillwagon has the story.
Coaches can leave a lasting impact on players' lives through practices, wins, and even losses. One coach who continues to leave an impact on his players and peers is Seminole Ridge track coach Brian Pollock, better known as Coach P.
You know, I think about running for him, and I think about him right next to me, pushing me, screaming at me, not screaming, but just telling me, keep going and finish to the line.
It was actually fun coaching with him because of his personality. The kids love his personality because I'm more like a laid-back, quiet person, so he kind of bring the not so quiet out of me.
Pollock was an athlete himself, running Division I track at Pitt University. He even helped former Hawk Miles Addison earn a track scholarship at his alma mater.
The compassion element, he really would go the extra mile for the kids, and he'd really try hard to get them he'd try to get them college scholarships, and he would just do anything for the kids. Really, literally give them the shirt off his back.
He even trained with former athletes on breaks. In his own words, I can't say no. But 2 years ago, the Seminole Ridge track team suffered the greatest loss, the loss of Coach Pollock.
So I found out at school and I was shocked. I was like, you gotta be joking. Because I know his health concerns, and even when I was coaching with him, he was working on his health issues. So it was like a real shock when we found out, and everyone, just trying to hold the track team together.
A community of former Hawks even came together to pay for his funeral expenses. His death is inspiring athletes to step up and try to bring the team together.
Just take more leadership. Him gone it's made like kind of a big impact. He was like the heart and soul of the team. So him not here is kind of, I got to step it up since I'm like the last guy here.
The Seminole Ridge track team no doubt lost an impressive coach, but he's still with them in spirit. He said it best himself. Where else would I be but with my kids? For Wsrh Sports, I'm Shayla Stillwagon.
Taking a look at this week's sports, today's boys varsity soccer versus Palm Beach Gardens away at 6 p.m. Girls varsity soccer versus Royal Palm Beach home at 6 p.m. Girls weightlifting versus Royal Palm Beach at home 4 p.m.
Tuesday, boys basketball versus Somerset Academy away, JV at 5:30 and varsity at 7.
Wednesday, boys varsity soccer versus Dreyfus at home 6 p.m. Girls varsity soccer versus Dreyfus at home 7:30 p.m. Boys basketball versus Spanish River at home, freshmen at 4:30, JV at 5:30, and varsity at 7. Girls varsity basketball versus Atlantic away at 7 p.m.
Thursday, girls basketball versus Wellington at home, JV at 6, varsity at 7:30. Girls varsity soccer versus Wellington away at 8 p.m.
Friday, there are no games.
Saturday, Wrestling Boca Invitational in Boca at 11 a.m. Comp Cheer is hosting the Ridge No Stress competition at 10 a.m.
Good luck, Hawks!
Well, that's it for Wsrh Sports. I'm Kira Taub.
And I'm Savannah Mazzio. Remember that you can follow us on social media on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Seminole Ridge TV. Have a great day, Hawks!